Hello, you incredible friends. I'm with my wonderful friend, Portia Franklin. How are you today, Portia?
I am doing great. I'm enjoying this fabulous understanding about how LinkedIn works. So I'm jazzed.
Look, I'm just so pumped to have you with us on our show. And Portia, tell us a little bit about you and what you do and how you help people.
Well, I help people in the realm of real estate and community, and it's kind of cool that we were kind of talking about this. Pre-COVID, most people were kind of like the home is the most important. We didn't think too much about the community, but then after COVID happened, it was all about community and, then building a home from there. So I help people with that because I feel it's really important to connect with people and make friends and be there in times like this for each other and know that you're part of a community that does that.
I was just going to say, I just had a thought, because we were talking off camera, you are an amazing community builder, and you were talking about all the charity work and stuff that you've done in LA. Tell us a bit about the charity work and what you've done during these tough times.
Well, what was interesting is, of course, like everybody else when we found out that they were going to have to stay home and there's certain businesses that were mandatory and are unessential and essential, it caused a little bit of a crisis because people were realizing basic needs weren't available as they used to be, like toilet paper, like food, diapers. So we kind of connected together, and I'm not really an organizer per se, but I think everybody really kind of just got involved from their heart. We organized getting people toilet paper, water, food, and just, because it turned out that when somebody had an abundance of something, somebody needed something. So we were able to kind of collaborate like that and really help people get the things that they needed that they weren't able to get from the store. And that is really crazy to think of, but you couldn't get some of the basic things at the store.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's funny actually. So I'm in Australia, and I remember we had the toilet paper crisis too. Toilet paper, and it got to the point, not kidding, you actually had police and army outside supermarkets so people wouldn't fight over toilet paper. Not kidding.
I think that's kind of where this whole immersion of security guards came in.
Yeah.
I never thought that it could get that way.
Oh, and I got to say, and we've known each other for a while, Portia, and you absolutely powered through lockdown. You kept helping people. Tell us, what did you really learn about property and community in lockdown? What were some of your key lessons you'd love to share with us?
Well, I really feel that family is important. And in a lot of ways, we talk about it takes a village to raise a child. And in all actuality, it really does. But we had to look at ways to do it differently. So one of the things that I found is really important is to make sure that you're in the right community that values the same things you do, because it's not just about the home. It's about being able to make home from the community you live in.
Wow. And I got to say, it's absolutely fascinating. And also, too, Portia, a bit of humor for you. In 35 minutes from now, I'm getting my second vaccination jab. What do you think of that, Portia? 35 minutes from now.
I'm like, you are brave. This is kind of a true story. But I went to a therapist when I first became a mom because I'm like, oh my gosh, I just did what? It's like,
I don't blame you.
And she said, when you are taking on motherhood, you need to really look at what you enjoy and do more of that. So what I'm looking at right now is you're doing what you enjoy before you take that little plunge to get that little nasty jab.
There you go. Yeah. So this, you might be the last person I speak to. This might be it, Portia. This might be my last interview ever. We'll see what happens, shall we?
You're a risk taker.
And Portia, I got to say, I love your work. Tell us a little bit about what you do. You work with property. Tell us a bit about your property business and how you help people there, Portia.
Well, I never really thought about it this way, but we kind of help people on every step of the way because sometimes people aren't necessarily ready to take on that responsibility of ownership. they need to kind of experience an area first. So what we do is we give them an opportunity to rent and experience the area, see if they like it or not, see if the schools work for them or not, see if the community they're a part of could be an extension of that village that they need to raise their family. So we give people a year, sometimes 2 years to kind of really figure that out and see if that's something that they would want to invest wholeheartedly in. And then when they do, we're there for them too, because we definitely offer opportunities to buy sometimes when people are renting. And then sometimes we offer opportunities to help them relocate when they're realizing this is not the area that they want to live in. So we really do help people from beginning to end.
Wow. And what areas do you cover? I mean, you're from LA, aren't you? Tell us where you're based and what areas you cover and that sort of thing.
Well, I am kind of in the heart of LA County, but I reside basically where the magical mountain is, Magic Mountain.
Wow.
So yes, we serve a lot of Los Angeles area. We serve the Antelope Valley, we serve the Santa Clarita Valley, and San Fernando Valley as well. So I'm a Valley girl.
You're a Valley girl. I think it's incredible. I've only been to LA once. When we all get vaccinated and flights start happening again, I need to come visit you because I need to spend some more time in LA. That's all I can say, Portia.
Yes, you'll love it here. There's a lot of great things to do, especially when there's not a limitation on where you can go. But I mean, the beaches are beautiful. There's a lot of fun. There's theme parks. There's a lot of things that you can enjoy. And for kids in a variety of areas, they have play places, which is where I take my kids to reward them for being good when I'm on camera.
How'd you keep them quiet? Like, I'm surprised they haven't destroyed our Zoom yet. You really got this motherhood nailed down, don't you?
Almost. Yesterday, I was actually co-hosting, and my husband had a doctor's appointment, and I was like, oh my gosh, because he rearranged things, not necessarily checking with me.
As us men do, us men do that. We just assume our wives can read our minds. Completely incorrect.
And I'm trying to get skilled at that, but I'm not quite there. So yesterday we had a major adventure. I brought their tablets. I was online co-hosting. And then all of a sudden the kids are like, Mom, it's hot in here. I need a tablet. She's not sharing with me. I'm like, what? So we had kind of the worst of the worst. And today we had the best of the best because, we kind of ironed out a few things because sometimes that may happen. But, sometimes you need an experience to kind of help you figure out how to regroup with kids. So, but that's how we work now with kids.
Oh, I love it. Now, Portia, I know you're a busy lady, been so good talking to you. And I was going to say, of course, people can connect with you on LinkedIn. How else can people learn about you, Portia Franklin? How else can they learn about what you do?
Well, you can check out my webpage. If you'd like, you can see a little bit of my story. It's www.rpmexecutives.us. So, and that kind of has the why I did what I did. As a mom, I noticed that change needed to occur and the reason why we bought home, because it's not about keeping up with the Jones. It's about keeping up with your family and creating a legacy and creating memories that your kids can enjoy later on in life and enjoy that with their children. So that's what home is for.
Just incredible. Portia, thank you for speaking to us. And just before you go, I'd love to give you the final word. Can you please leave us with a final word and a closing thought for our fans across the world? Over to you.
Well, I'm going to leave with two of my closing statements because I kind of share this with everything I do every time I do a video because really we network a lot more now. And so we're building community in a different way these days in a lot of ways. So I always tell people there's always a way to win when you connect with the right friend. And if you're looking to relocate and move into the LA County and experience and explore, hopefully I can be that friend and I'd love to point you in the direction of community that you can connect with and make friends with and, have more of a tribe to raise your family with.